Hi, everybody, and welcome to Word Affinity, a podcast which has everything to do with words. I'm your host, Sarah Singh Bisht, and this is the first episode of season 5. And that's an unbelievable thing for me because when I first started this podcast, I thought that I was going to do it for that month because I had holidays. But I fell in love with podcasting. It's the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I can't even believe that Word Affinity will finish an entire year this month. It's amazing. So I want to thank all of you who have stayed with me through this year. You are the best. Now, I want this episode to be incredible and one of the best ones I've ever done because I never even thought I'll be doing season 5. I decided that I will be doing a lot of stuff in this episode. It's gonna be around the length of my other ones, but it will revolve around a lot of things. So, the thing I wanted to do is something I wanted to try out for a long time now. So, yesterday I went to a random word generator website and found 3 words at random. And I actually didn't see them at that time, but just took a screenshot. Today, I'm gonna see them and just speak about the word for a minute or so. If I can't, I'm stupid. And since this is a podcast, I can't do something like pour cold water over my head for you all to see. But just assume I did that. Maybe I will. You'll never know. So, I just opened the screenshot, and one more thing. The words can be nouns, adjectives, names, last names, non-English words, basically anything. At random. So, the words I got are castle, Rodrigo, and Avene. Something like that. So, we've got a noun, a name, and a word I can't pronounce. I'm off to a great start. How do you even talk about a name? So, I have the timer right here with me, and we are gonna start with castle because it's the first word. So 1 second. Okay, 1, 2, 3, start. Castles, well, they are buildings, structures, fortified structures with moats, drawbridges, a type of wall whose name I can't remember. Royalty usually lives in castles. Fun fact about castles I learned while reading about them during the medieval period is that they're different from palaces. Castles have a lot of defense built around them. Palaces do not. Castles are more similar to fortresses but different than both of the structures. The moats of the castles have crocodiles in them. That's a fact. They're made of rock and boulders and small stones and gravel and something to keep the rocks and boulders and small stones and gravel together that I don't know about. Some famous castles are Hogwarts and the castle where Sleeping Beauty was sleeping, and Durmstrang, and I have 2 seconds and that's all. So that was the timer. I talked about castles for a whole minute. This might be one of my biggest achievements yet. So the next word is Rodrigo, and the timer starts in 3, 2, 1. Rodrigo is a common first and last name. It is, I believe, of Spanish and Filipino descent. I think one more, but I can't remember it. It was a common name for people in the past, but now I think it's used more like a last name. Rodrigo, I believe, is also the name of a soccer player. I think so. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure I read it somewhere. Some famous people with the name Rodrigo are Olivia Rodrigo, and I don't know anybody else. So let's talk about Olivia Rodrigo. She is an actor and singer-songwriter, and she has hits like Driver's License, Good For You, Brutal. She also has an album called Sour, and it's amazing. And did I mention she's only 18? I think Rodrigo was also the name of that royal physician who was executed for being guilty of plotting to poison Queen Elizabeth I. And he was the only one. So, it's over. Okay, so I spoke about the name for a minute. I'm surprised and a little bit shocked and concerned about the absurd amount of random facts I know. But I know about that royal physician because he was the only physician to have ever been executed for plotting against the queen. And I'm also a history junkie, so yeah. Now, the last word is avane. I don't even know what that means. But I can't search about it because I promised myself that I will do this entirely depending on the stuff I know. So here goes. The timer starts in 3, 2, 1. Avane. So I know a bit of French and I think it's a French word. I also think it's a type of wine or grape. Either one of them. I'm not sure about that, so let's just talk about viticulture in France and incorporate Avane in that. The French are famous for their wine all over the world because of its distinct qualities like flavor, age, and maybe some other stuff that I don't know about. Avane is also French wine or grape, known for its distinct qualities and flavors. It can range in color from maroon to blonde or pink. Avane, if a grape, might need a special way to be grown, and Avane, if a wine, might need a specially grown grape to be made. Did I mention it's a wine or a grape? After Avane is made, it is bottled and sold in stores. Well, that wraps up my talk about Avane that hasn't told you anything about Avane. There's the timer. The timer felt as if it was never coming, and this was really embarrassing and weird for me. So I actually searched about Avane and it's not French. Avana or Avane is a red Italian wine grape variety that is grown in the Piedmont wine region of northwest Italy. But I was right about it being a grape or wine. It was a grape. And I was also right about it being red. Well, I gave red as an option. No, I didn't. I gave maroon or pink, but I was close. So I had a lot of fun displaying my knowledge of weird random facts and getting embarrassed, and I hope you had fun learning about the Italian turned French wine, the physician who almost killed Elizabeth I, and the stones used in making castles. By the way, I love random facts and I know a lot of people do, so from now on, I'm gonna tell one random thing at the end of every episode. So I also want to try that weird voice that people do when they are telling random facts, so I'm gonna do that random fact in that weird voice. Today's random fact: did you know that the human eye actually sees everything upside down? The front part of the eye is curved and it bends the light, creating an upside down image on the retina. The brain eventually turns the image the right way up. I was right, that was a lot of fun to record. So that was all for today. If you like this podcast, make sure to rate, review, and follow us. If you're listening on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.